Good evening, fellow zoners, and welcome to the Painting Zone. Today we're going to have a look at Games Workshop's White Dwarf magazine, issue 109. Okay, so on the cover this week we have a man who I originally thought was riding a horse, but it isn't. It's actually a tree, and some zombies attempting to either pull him off the tree or kill him, maybe. These zombies seem to have a lot more emotion than your usual zombies. They don't look like they just want to eat his brains. Interestingly, you can see the kind of grain from where this was originally painted onto a canvas, I believe. And that's something I haven't noticed before. Also, this guy looks a little bit out of place here. He looks like he's got no idea what's going on. Zombies are leaving him alone. Maybe the zombies really want that knife. I don't know. Let's have a look. Inside, we have an advert for Adeptus Titanicus, which we all know is now getting its own re-release. And 10 internet points to anyone who can tell me what Titan Legio that bat is from. It looks like the early Night Lord symbol. Also, this is Legio Ignatum, as you can tell by the old school wasp there. The old school Legio Ignatum symbols are amazing. Retail. A map here of the world. Well, I should say the world of Warhammer. Why are we wobbling so much? It really is annoying. I'm going to have to do something about that. Norwich is missing again, but never mind. Culture Shock, which appears to be a news-related article. Prince of Shadows competition. We could get a signed copy of Creature from the Depths. Do we have any of these answers? What is the shape of Edrix's birthmark? I'm going to go with triangle. No idea. No idea. Dare you enter the game of your life? Fist. Would you like to be Fist? Would you like to play Fist? Fantasy interactive scenarios by telephone. I dare someone to ring the number 0898 800 876. That would be telephone style D&D. Very interesting. An advert for some Greyhawk adventures there. By Penguin Books. In the Dragonlance saga. Critical Mass, I think, was book reviews. An advert for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. This man again looks happy to be there. As usual, we have I think we have a Dragon Slayer. He looks like your typical goblin. He looks like your typical dwarf with his blue tattoos there. Why was that so hard to get out? A nice spread of Adeptus Titanicus here. Let's just try and get that in shot. This looks absolutely fantastic. We have what appears to be the Death's Heads, maybe, or Legio Metallica. Not sure if this guy is on the same side or not. We have some Black Marines, who I can only assume are Dark Angels, perhaps, and some Red Marines, who could perhaps be Blood Angels, but there are no identifying markings on there, which is a shame. Probably before the days of the chapters being fully fleshed out. Rules for the Land Raider. Here's a nice piece of fluff here for the Land Raider. That must be quite interesting. I'd like to read that to you one day, perhaps. Some marvellous diorama work here for Adeptus Titanicus. These look like battery capacitors off a PCB, perhaps. Very interesting. The Imperial Hunters, maybe? I'm not 100% sure about my Titan Legions. Apparently this is Paramar 5. I thought Paramar was Iron Hands versus Alpha Legion, but maybe I am wrong. These rhinos here in a blue and yellow scheme look quite interesting. They may be allied to the Titan Legion. More rules for the Land Raider, so they decide to show a rhino. Marvellous. The bizarre movement phase, who no one has a clue how it works. M Marines. I believe these are 1,000 suns. I think M means 1,000, doesn't it, in the old Roman numerics? I may be wrong. Thought that was a ladybird for a moment. It was one of the Titans. Oh, these are Land Raider rules in Epic. I do apologise. I thought they were Land Raiders in 40k. Here we are, data cards. You can see your Space Marine chapters here. Notice here, the best chapter, the Rainbow Warriors. Where are they nowadays, hey? Where are the Rainbow Warriors? I like these old dreadnoughts. Chuck, Eddie and Fury. Some of the old Titans in metal there. I always thought these long-snouted Reavers looked incredible. And here we are to an excerpt from Realm of Chaos, Lost and the Damned. The artwork in here is absolutely incredible. Look at the detail on this great unclean one. These powerful demons are slothful and idolent wallowers in morbidity. I cannot even pronounce half these words. More adverts for shops. The Marauder Miniatures painting competition. Trish and Ali Morrison. So did Trish and Ali Morrison own Marauder Miniatures? And then were consolidated into Citadel. Interesting. Did that happen? That's what it looks like. Goblin Fanatics or upside down pogo stick riders. The highest pogo ever is a disputed call between Lowdown Rat's Ardo Snakebite and the Evil Git's Dag Gob Guzzler. The Rats claim from a match against a gouged eye when Ardo pogoed into a trampoline pit. He was later found outside the stadium, embedded to the waist in a cesspit. I assume that's what this piece of art here is. Unfortunately, this lucky soft landing did Ardo no good as he landed head first and quickly died by suffocation. Gob Guzzler, on the other hand, was propelled high above the field of play by landing on a concealed mine during a game with the Warhammerers. The Gits maintain that some parts of Gob Guzzler went far higher than any other part of Snakebite. The Rats counter that on average Gob Guzzler did not attain the record-breaking height, as most of his bodily organs failed to even leave the arena and ended up splattered all over the jubilant fans. Neither Ardo nor Dag were available for further comment. Intriguing piece of humour there on the people dying on their pogo sticks. Pogo sticks of doom, no less. Golden Demon Awards 89 regional heats. I do remember you took your minis into the shop first and they would then judge you there to go up to the next round. I forgot about all that. 1989, look at that! Winners of the regional heats will receive a Master Painter t-shirt. Do any of these t-shirts still exist in the world? If so, we need to see it. Terminator squads featuring the best ever Terminator design there. I think that says Gobbledygook meets a Nurgling. It's a cartoon. Play by mail. Games Workshop are looking for an experienced PBM referee to design and run their new Warhammer Play by Mail game. Did that ever come out? I don't remember. Some fluff on the Imperial Guard here. Introduction, recruitment companies. This artwork is fantastic. And here's the old Imperial Guard plastic box set. One day I hope to get my hands on one of those and paint a few of those. I would have to paint it in this regiment. I originally thought that was the Necromundan Spiders, but apparently it's not. Can't remember where I read that. I think there was a caption under the art somewhere in another book. God, I can't even talk. There's a commissar shooting a man in the back there for deserting, no less. Here we are. The Scouring of Ralgor the Seventh. In this famous action, guardsmen of F Company of the 9th Necromundan Regiment, the 24th Imperial Army Corps, supported by Titans of the Fire Wasps Order, turned back a counter-attack from rebel forces on the captured city of Friedhof. The officer on the far left wears a commander's gold breastplate emblazoned with an Imperial eagle device. He is accompanied by a commissar, who we see next to him, whose extreme devotion and long service is indicated by the skulls on his collar, which we see here. The large banner on the right, this one I assume with Alanius Pius, is F Company's honour banner, carried as is traditional by members of the 1st Platoon. It bears the scrolls of no less than 5 actions for which the company was highly commended. The central figure is an image of Alanius Pius, the guardsman, here we go, who is supposed to have given his life by interposing his body between Horus and the Emperor during the assault on the Imperial Palace. He is now regarded as something of a saint by the Guard, and on occasions is even prayed to as an intercessionary figure. The other large banner, which you can't see because of the divide in the page there, the other large banner is that of the 2nd Platoon, identified by its 2-colour field. The smaller banners, which you can see floating around there, denote the Guardsmen's various tribal origins on the Necromundan hive world. In this instance, the reference is to the Deathblades gang from which these troops were recruited. Many of the guards have customised their battle gear with Deathblade symbols. Note the backs of the troopers in the right foreground. These guys here, skulls with knives on them. The patches of the forearms of those immediately behind them, these red patches here, I would assume, and the kill banner on the weapon of another. This, perhaps? Or this? The command section of the 1st Platoon, identified by their yellow helmet stripes, yes, and flag symbols, is leading the platoon on the left flank, which we see, I assume, while the centre is held by the same platoon support squad, identified by a blue helmet stripe, these guys over here, and a support squad helmet symbol. The bulk of the troops behind these squads are comprised of the 2nd Platoon, indicated by the presence of their platoon banner. Is that one? Or that one? Note how the tiger stripe battle dress of these troops differs from the standard issue Codex Grey. It would not be unusual, in fact, for battle dress colours to vary between squads in the same platoon. This is due to a number of factors, not least being the fact that individual guardsmen must take responsibility for replacing their own uniforms and equipment once their initial issue has become worn or damaged. Similarly, individual commanders are responsible for overall standards and details of battle drill. And I like this las cannon here with the stripes. This would be a lovely theme for an Imperial Guard force. When they get new minis, beastmen rattling, human bombs, we don't see so many of those nowadays. Oh, look at this. Ah, that's the regiment, the Arcadians, not the Necromundan spiders. That does look fantastic. I'm just having to stop and look at that for a few seconds. Ogrins and Beastmen there. They look incredible. The Thud Gun, or Quad... Was it a Quad Mortar or a Thud Gun? I forget the name. Jump Pack Imperial Guard. I bet you forgot about those guys. Force Compositions. Imperial banners down here that you can cut out and paint. Some Imperial Guardsmen there on their Land Raider. Of course, we all know that Imperial Guard had access to Land Raiders and Rhinos back in the day. Some catalogue sections. Bob Olley's classic Adeptus Mechanicus figure there. And some illuminations. These are pieces of art. Some nice Titan work there. This Chaos Titan looks incredible with these demons riding on the shoulder there. I'm not entirely sure what that's meant to be. Some sort of demon logo perhaps? I think he's dead, or it's a man having a look at a zombie. Inside a Titan perhaps? Some mail order. Dark Future there. One day we'll do a feature on that. A 1999. Rocks and Wheels. Rules for War Chariots and Stone Throwers. There's that incredible Imperial Guard set there again. I really do need to get my hands on one of those. They look fantastic, don't they? An advert for Golden Demon 1989. And those t-shirts that we want. Someone please show us that t-shirt and the Cobra Terminator. Known as a cobra for those weird wide bits on his neck. Adverts for various shops. A nice heavy metal scene here. Let's see what we can see. I do like this snake. Looks a bit like Fulgrim perhaps. And these spider demons are fantastic. Really good. I love the yellow on this Renegade Chaos Marine. Chaos Marines need to look much more like this. Much more weird. It looks so much better than what we've currently got. Look at that flamer. It's like an upside down mushroom with a Space Marine on the top. Bizarre. It's a Zechian Renegade Flamer crossbreed. Marvellous. How to do some chaos conversions. Rule number 1. Never throw anything away. Okay. We won't. And some more pieces here. The Imperial Guard Commissars. Fantastic. Onto rules for the Adeptus Titanicus, Reaver and Warhound Titans. Another fantastic piece of artwork there. And these old play sheets for the Titans. I like how the Warhounds wear a Titan logo with a wolf on the top. That does look cool. And Reavers apparently wear a Titan logo with an axe. And some more Titan artwork here. These are a Warlord and Warhound of the Imperial Hunters. I think they now have a red head. Oh yes, like the Warhound. The Warp Runners here. And at the bottom are the Tiger Eyes. They all have new versions, don't they? And on the back, we have a lovely diorama of Siege by Ivan Bartlett.